Resolute Bliss Publishing presents Thursday Night Live with your hosts, B-Red, Rick, hey!
I don't know if I heard that whole intro. What was going on?
We're back here.
No, we're
On
front.
Earth. Yes, it's great.
Did the
Everything.
intro come all the way through, man? I wasn't ready. I was half asleep.
I don't think you can sleep through that one. It gets you rocking and rolling.
Awesome. What's going on, B-Rad?
Woo, buddy! We wrapped up that Moonblade Kickstarter.
Moonblade, what happened?
Number
What's
one.
going on with Moonblade? What is that?
Moonblade #1 got fully funded, so we're very excited about that. And I wanna-
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yep, that's there it is, fully funded. Now I am a little shocked here that we were having a little conversation before the show started that the lettered covers were backed more than the Virgin covers as we scroll down through here. The homage cover, 5 people backed it, and the lettered version, I really thought the Virgin cover there would go. But yeah, man, it was exciting. A lot of people did the bundle where they got them all. Let me scroll down there to it, wherever it's at. Now, 2 people did the both covers for the homage. That's pretty cool.
Rock and roll, man.
Yep, there we go. There's the lettered bundle. 4 people did that. So yeah, it was pretty cool, man. I tell you what, I'm glad to have made it through my first Kickstarter. So yeah, that's exciting, and we got to get rolling on your next Kickstarter for sure.
I've got to figure out which one's about to come out because they are ready to go. I even had your guests on the backstage saying, what the crap is going on? Get those out. I'm just waiting. I got Paradox coming in, waiting for them to arrive so I can get them fulfilled. I want to make sure that I don't do too much at one time, but I should have those anytime. And of course, we have, we did also with Brides. That was going to be my pick of the week. Waiting for those. Those are supposed to be here today or tomorrow, showing up, and we're going to start fulfillment on those. Super happy about that. So
Nice.
we're 3 for 3.
That's true.
Brides hit about 13,000, which was awesome, and then Paradox came in funded, and then Moonblade. So that's awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it all. So, like you mentioned, we've got a special guest artist here that draws very, very beautiful pictures, Gus Mauk. I'm trying to remember which one. Yeah, I've got him back there on my wall, right behind Magic. Right there. He did that beautiful cover back there. So yeah, he's here tonight. He's going to tell us all kinds of great things. And then, of course, we weren't here last Thursday because I was live on a different channel. So I know I tried to get the word out on social media that I was still live but weren't here. So I was pretty excited to be on the Billy Tucci Thursday night show. A big thank you to him. He's definitely, got a lot of people that tune into him. So it was cool to help me out on the Kickstarter and pull us through there to the goal. So yeah, man, it's been an exciting week for sure.
Exciting. I'm loving it.
You better get something going on Kickstarter. We got dead air on there right now.
Dude, I'm working on best I can. Like I said, I've got 3. I will probably announce tonight on a special exclusive what cover and what book is about to go up on Kickstarter. How about that?
Really? That sounds exciting.
Yeah. So
sounds exciting.
And I'll make it kind of since we have a guest artist hiding in the back, we'll make him part of this. How about that?
Nice. So what else is going on this week for you? Because I know we haven't been able to catch up.
Are we talking about comic books that we read this week? That was the
Hey,
order.
buddy, if you want to tell it, you tell it.
Well, now, so hey, I went to hit some comic book news.
Okay.
Because this affects guys like us. All right. Yeah, this is a big one.
If this is a Blue Pill commercial, I'm tuning out.
Do what now?
If this is a blue pill commercial, I'm tuning out.
No, you and Gus are out of control. He was talking bad. Now you're talking bad. I'm very uncomfortable.
Just yeah,
I'm
you
going to have
started
to
that with
walk
it
off the show.
affects guys like us.
Anyway, no, we had our distribution deals worked out. We were going to do Kickstarter second, and we were actually going through with Diamond. Some big information came out about Diamond today, or I consider it pretty big.
Ooh,
They created an ad hoc committee of consigners, and that's everybody from Avatar Press, Battle Quest Comics, Action Lab. I'm trying to think who else was in there. Living the Line, Zenoscope, and they're all sitting there saying, "Hey, how come it's Diamond's getting to sell their back stock of our stuff, but they're in bankruptcy?" So
yeah.
there are some new lawsuits that are coming out
Oh, I'm
trying
sure.
to protect those guys. And of course, the Diamond saga is just getting worse and worse, which is sad because once again, we have to talk about it because they were by far the king of the hill for years and years and years until this year. And they were a way that so many independents actually got out
Yes.
there and had a
Yeah.
chance to survive. So it's kind of sad seeing what's going on, but I think there's like 16 companies that are part of this ad hoc committee. I'm not totally sure about that number, but there were several, just making it a lot harder. So,
Right. From what I understand, is once they filed bankruptcy and the bankruptcy assessor came in to assess things, their inventory that was sitting there was frozen, and then he's trying to liquidate it, even though it's not theirs technically, or it is
that
theirs, I
that's
guess, in some weird way. But
that's
yeah,
exactly how I understand it either as well. I mean, um, generally speaking, when you file bankruptcy, you're allowed to continue doing business so that in hopes of paying back the creditors. But I think if you're sitting there with creditors' stock, I think the intent is probably to give it back and not sell it and make
yeah,
money and put it in your pocket. So,
yeah, pretty weird, pretty raw deal. Because yeah, there's a bunch of independents that haven't found a home yet that are have been doing this a lot longer than we have. So yeah, it's definitely stinks for the market. But you look back, if you have a monopoly and all of a sudden you say we're not shipping, I mean, you kind of pull your own knife out and stab yourself. If you ask me, that's
and
just
that's what happened. DC said, don't ship during COVID. Well, go fix this. And
yep,
this started that ball rolling down a hill. So,
yep. So I mean, if you want to self-inflict, you self-inflict. But that hurts people at the bottom level and the workers. It doesn't hurt the CEOs. They'll just move on to some other company, do the same.
absolutely. Absolutely. All right. Let's talk about the big movie that was released this week, Comic Book.
Huge.
Did you like it?
I don't know. I didn't get to see it.
Get to see it either. One showing?
One showing.
What's going on with that? Red Sonja is what we're talking about. What's going on with
Yeah.
this?
So Red Sonja debuted yesterday here in our town at one theater at one time. So I tried to do a little digging, and it just said, that movie has been in post production hell forever, and they had people to carry it originally, I guess 3 or 4 years ago, but since it got stuck, it didn't have anybody to carry it. It was shown overseas a lot more, but it's going to be streaming in like a couple of days.
I'm still surprised because the books have done well.
Yeah,
It's got a huge fan following. You think that they would have tried to, whatever rights you paid for to show it one day, why show it on like a Wednesday and not like a
yeah,
Friday or
that's
Saturday or something?
so
I don't,
weird. You think if you're paying for the movie, you'll show it more than once, but
yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that at all.
no.
So you said it's going to streaming service pretty fast. I'm pretty
Yeah,
excited. We'll at least get to watch it
yeah.
hopefully soon. I have not spoken to anybody that has seen that movie. I'm just curious
So
if
is it
it's
on
any
Rotten
good.
Tomatoes? Did you see if it was there?
No, I'll check real fast. You keep talking. How about that?
Yeah, because I saw a review that was not favorable.
Oh,
Um,
really?
yeah, but I'm not sure, was the Bridget Nelson one favorable back in the day? You have to tell me.
No, it was
Yeah,
not.
and I love that. So I mean, who cares? who cares? So yeah, what I remember, the Bridget Nelson one was not a favorite, but it had her in it, Arnold Schwarzenegger. It's definitely I liked
Um,
it. Good movie.
Here's your reviews.
Uh oh, what's Rotten Tomatoes?
It says for the fans, 70%, which is actually pretty good. And the critics, which I never trust, by the way, is 53%. So 70% to me, that's actually getting some pretty good audience reviews.
Yeah, that's better than some Marvel movies.
Yeah, it truly is. So actually, that to me is really good news. I'm actually excited about that.
Yeah, so yeah, check it out when it comes out and streaming. Yeah.
Cool. All right, I want to tell you what my comic book pick of the week is. We'll get that
Oh,
knocked out.
did you already read this? Is this something you read?
I did.
Uh-oh. Okay, tell me what it is.
I'll throw it up on the screen, my friend.
Oh yeah.
I'm a Daredevil fan. I went back to the main. This is the end of the series. This is issue 3. Um, is it a spoiler? Can I tell something about this? Do I ruin this? What?
So let's see. That came out this week or last week?
Came out last week.
Well, you probably should just kind of hem-haw around it because I haven't read it either. So don't
Are
spoil
you
it for
going to
me.
read it?
Well, can I borrow it?
Let's just put it this way. It starts out the very beginning with Daredevil visiting, the very first page, basically. Daredevil visiting Kingpin's grave, and it goes down from there. It's really cool. It reminds me of a throwback of Frank Miller. Enjoyed this series as it was. I thought it was well written. I actually dug the art. There was 2 or 3 covers on this. I tried to get the variant cover. I don't have the variant cover on this one. It's not as cool as the main cover, but of course, I'm a huge Daredevil fan. I was going to bug Mac and see what Mac thought about it, but yep. That would be my pick. That's my pick, or Rides, which I finally sat down and truly read since it's our book. But and you can get these on our website, www.resolutebliss. We have all the covers on there. We are supposed to get these in, like I said, either today or tomorrow. So super excited about this. These are limited runs, though. We have fulfillment that we have to do on these. And then we have some limited editions, some exclusive, and after that, they're gone. So,
dude, that is great. That is
and
awesome.
then my other piece of comic book news I want to rub in your face.
Oh, I think you already did, but please go ahead and continue.
So Brad, for anybody that knows, was rummaging through my comic books one day, and he got to my Batmans, and I said, "Hey, I think I've got a Batman adventure in there. Pull it out." And we pulled it out, and I sent it off to be graded. And so this is a geek in me that enjoyed this. I just got it back 3 days ago from Bill's. Came back as a 9.8. Check that out. A 9.8. This book just went up way in value. The reason anybody should care, if you don't know, first, Harley Quinn. And the reason most people don't have this book, most comic book shops did not get in on this book. It was sold more through places like Barnes & Noble, Books A Million. It was aimed for the kids market, for the adult market.
Mm-hmm.
So cool. If you have this in your collection, pull it out, go get it graded. Do not let it get screwed up. But Brad was with me the day I got to pull that out. And then my other big that I got this week, just because I'm a geek, I'm a fan, Chris Bocculo, who is actually doing a cover for me, which I'm super, super excited about.
You've been telling me, but I hadn't been seeing.
I don't have his cover. He's working on the cover.
That's what I'm saying.
But I've talked to Chris several times, so I feel very comfortable and confident. But Chris did a remark for me on Death High Cost of Living. The reason I'm showing you this, I know there's a glare. I got a 9.8. The reason why this is a big deal, look at this. Look at that remark. That's Chris's remark. Nice. It's a number 1. But the big deal about this, for anybody that bought this book, you remember how bad the spine gets messed up? I don't know that I've ever found a version of this book without a screwed up spine. So the mere fact that it scored a 9.8, and with Chris's signature in the remark, I'm not going to let it go. I want to keep it. Chris is super nice guy, especially since Chris is doing the cover for me. But I tell you what, after it came, I thought I was going to get a 9.2, 9.4 on it. After it came back that high, I thought maybe I should dump it. I don't know. I'm a geek. I like to keep geeky stuff.
You're not dumping anything. I've never even seen you sell a comic. Well, I have some extras, but yeah.
And then I have one more piece of news to give you.
Well, break it out.
You ready?
Yeah.
We made the wall.
Which wall?
Well, Oh shoot, did that not show? Hold on. We made the wall. I'm going to send you the picture if I can get it. Oh, maybe I need to click on the right stuff.
I'm excited.
It won't go.
Well, sometimes you got to force it.
Well, we made the wall at Nirvana, and it's a picture of you and I, Jasmine and Grant. They just sent me the picture over right before this show started, and I have no
Oh
idea
yeah,
why that's not loading.
I used to have that picture. I think I have that picture still, but yeah,
If you have that picture, that's the
I
picture
don't
that
have it on this computer. It's on my phone, probably.
I have no idea. I'm gonna go. It's a JPEG file, so I have no idea why that's not going up though.
Hmm.
Um, it acts like it's a movie or something like that, but it's not. But we made the wall at Nirvana, so they've hung up our picture. It's pretty cool.
So does that mean we're officially friends? We're friends of Nirvana? Is that no? Okay.
Are we friends with anybody? Does anybody like us? Do
I think
they
they tolerate us.
tolerate? Even the guest that's coming on barely tolerates us.
Oh
So
yeah, he barely tolerates me.
I don't blame him. I mean, I've had to talk to you too. So, but
No doubt.
anyway, sorry I can't show that picture, but it's a pretty cool picture of all four of us. Appreciate Nirvana throwing us up on the wall. Appreciate that they gave us a shout out. That's really cool. And hopefully I'll figure out why that picture won't go up and we can show it a little bit later on the show. All
Yeah.
right. So I took over the show for a few minutes. I want to talk about my favorite comic, brag a little bit about the CGC books, and then talk about some of the news with Diamond. Was that enough?
I think so. I think
Oh,
so because I got a book of the week here.
oh, show it to me.
So I'm just plowing through stuff. I read new stuff and then I alphabetize the stuff I'm getting ready to read. And this dude popped up and I was like, I remember, but it's been a very long time.
Wait a minute. Who's the
So
publisher on that?
so this is first publishing, and you may see it was pulled in by Frank Miller.
Who?
Uh, Frank Miller, the guy you were talking about a minute ago.
Never heard of him.
So even from back in the day, it's a pretty thick book. Uh, can you guess what year? Can you guess what year? Do you remember?
I think that was probably around because I have that.
Yeah.
I bought all those with the Frank because there was several that had the Frank Miller introduction on them. I'm gonna say 92.
Oh, you're close. 87.
Ah, okay.
So what this was is it was originally manga, and Frank Miller got a hold of someone and said, "I love this stuff," and he was the big proprietor with some other people of bringing it to the states. And it's cool, man. Like it's not a lot of words, but it's a lot more
Oh,
of visuals
words.
telling the story, which I love. That I love that part, like a lot of because I reading whatever and visuals telling the story. So it's good. I forgot how good it was, but yeah, after I visited it, it was good. Yep.
Cool.
All right, so I'm going to tell you now about my second pick of the week.
Wait a minute. I thought we were doing one pick and I was monopolizing with two.
Yeah.
You pulled the.
This beautiful cover was signed. Well, it is going to glare because it's in a mylar and it's metal. It's metal by our guest tonight, Gus. He was even nice enough to sign it. I'm going to try to make myself larger so you can see it. This cover is just beautiful. Love this thing.
So that's your pick of the week. Your second pick
Yeah,
of the week.
my second pick of the week, and I'm going to see if I can
Was it
show
any
you
good?
guys. Well,
Did you understand the story?
it was a little above my head, but whatever. And well, I don't even see it. Maybe it's under the story mode campaign. Let's go there. Yeah, these beautiful covers. Bam! There he is. There he
I've
is,
seen that guy. I know that guy.
taking time out at Heroes Con to sign them. So I'm a huge fan. I don't even know if that's the word. Huge fan of this guy. So let me get that off.
Wait a minute. So let's get this right. Are you like crossing the stalker realm or something like that?
Yeah. I know which window to look into. Yeah.
Wow. Gus, I would run. That's all I can say.
Let's bring him out here.
Gus.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's tell the story of how we met, Gus. I think that's a great story.
It is.
So
Yeah.
2 years ago, we were at Heroes Con and we were scouting out some different talent that was around. And I actually think Grant and Jazz were talking to one of the main guys that run Heroes Con. I think, if I remember correctly. And we walked up, and Grant and Jazz introduced us to them, and they asked what we were doing. We said, "Well, I'm trying to scout some people that we'd like to do covers, some people that are up and coming, that's got talent and stuff like that." And I guess the other guy, who I can't remember his name now, I feel bad about that, said, "Hey, you want to go over to booth whatever and talk to Gus?" And we were like, "Well, who's Gus?" We didn't know who Gus was.
Man, I thought
And
it was Grant that told us that. Was it somebody
is it
else?
Grant? No, but the other guy said Grant now denies to this day that he said it. But it's like,
Okay.
I don't know why he denied it. We
Yeah.
hired him to do several covers. I would actually take credit for it at this point. But it was the other guy, I think, that actually pushed it. Grant just jumped on board. We'll say it
There
that
you
way.
go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we walked over
We
and
found
we said,
him.
"Hey, what's going on, man?" And Gus was sitting there saying,
Because I do
"Hey,
know we said, "Hey, Grant and Jasmine sent us over here," and you looked at us like,
Yeah. I said, who's that?
because the funny part about that story is, and who's the artist that they'd sent us to talk to that they were actually friends with? There was that guy, gosh, really good image guy that was doing covers.
"Oh, you did talk to him. Who was that?"
Good friends with Jazz. I'm drawing a blank, and so we talked to him, and then we decided to go on over to talk to Gus, assuming that we'd have the same conversation that we had with that guy. I was like, "Oh yeah, I love Grant and Jazz," and Gus is like, "Yeah, whatever, dude.
Who?
Who's this Grant and Jazz people? I don't know what that is."
Honestly, it happens more than you think, because a lot of times if I know people, it's from Instagram handles or Facebook, and sometimes I don't even like put a name with a face, but I can always remember a face. If people have stopped by my table right away, I like recognize their face. I never hardly ever remember their names, and that's just how it is. But yeah, I definitely remember you guys coming over and like, hey, they sent us over. Like, I was like, somebody sent you here. I was like, are you sure you came to the right table? Like, yeah.
All right, so Gus, I'm going to go ahead and tell you something you don't know about this story.
Okay.
So we had that conversation with you, but here's the funny thing: Brad and I dug your stuff already, and
Well, I got a sketch from him that year.
I got a sketch from him
that
too.
time.
You both
Yeah.
did. Yeah, thanks.
My sketch is better.
What?
My sketch is better.
What would you get a sketch of? I don't even remember what you got.
Uh,
Yeah, that's why I got Vampirella and Moonblade.
You know what? As soon as you start talking about it in a second, I'll get it and show it to the world. We'll see. But we found out later, Gus, just so you know, when we were talking to Grant, we said, yeah. And I said, Gus Mauk worked out pretty well for us. We really liked his cover. He went, who? And we said, Gus Mauk. It's like the guy you sent us to. He's like, that's not the Gus I sent you to. So the other guy did send us to you, but Grant told me later, he's like, I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
When I heard him say Gus, I thought it was the Gus I was talking about.
Yeah. Well, that makes me feel worse because not for that part of the story, but there might be another Gus out there, because you don't really meet a lot of Gus's or a lot of Gus artists anyway.
Hey, just know that we gussed over you. How about
Yes.
that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was divine intervention somehow.
Yeah. Good.
So, Gus, before we talk comic books, I want to tell people something else. Are you nervous?
No.
You had a big announcement. Why don't you tell us? Come on, you went on a trip. Things are happening.
We didn't technically get married, but instead of having a wedding, we went on a wedding trip to Japan. So instead of spending 10 grand on a wedding, we just took all the money that we had and went on a trip. So that was like our wedding, and it was fantastic.
So it's my understanding, by the way, congratulations. I thought that was cool.
Fantastic.
I followed all your pictures and stuff like that. It is my understanding that you took that trip as a research project from Brad for Moonblade, and that he is supposed to reimburse all your money. Is that
First off,
true?
that's the wrong country, but what?
Yeah, I was going to say that, but yeah, he still has to.
Oh my gosh.
I'm helping you with 10 grand here. Come on, Gus.
Hey, but Gus does have a book out right now from Japan.
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
does.
we have so I helped co-create a book. that we started back about 5 or 6 years ago called Shino Kagi. And it's like, I mean, I know how you guys, I'm sure we're all on the same boat where we're like very proud of our properties and our books and the things that we work on, and like that's your baby and that's your book, and you love working on it, you love seeing people draw it, and that's kind of how I am with this book. Kind of like I'm not the sole creator of it, but I definitely have a huge part in it. It's just so nice to see it come back out and back on shelves and people reaching out about it, and I'm sure you guys have similar thoughts on your books.
Right, because this is number 8, right, for Shino
Yeah,
Kagi?
number 8. Yep, number
And
8. It'll end here with 11. Yeah.
So it's been about 2 or 3 years since the last one? Or has it been longer?
Yeah, it's been about 3 years since our last
Okay.
issue. Yeah, it's been
I was
quite a
thinking.
while. Yeah.
Do you got it there in front of you?
I do not know.
Shoot, give me a second. I will find that thing. No trouble at all.
I could like dive down on the floor. Actually, I could probably dive down on the floor here and grab one. Hang on.
All right.
I got it.
Gus is going down to the floor, is all I heard him say.
Yeah, for some reason, I can probably still find it like this. Let me see here. Yeah, there we go. Yeah,
People
but that
are waiting in anticipation.
no, that
Dead
thing
air
is
never good.
Have you seen it, Rick?
Not the new one, no.
Yeah,
Really?
this is issue 5. This is one of my favorite covers that I did. This is issue 5. We had, just kind of like you guys did, we had one variant for every issue, and we got a different artist to do a variant, and lined up a couple good guys. David Mack did one, Tony Moy did one, and it's just a lot of fun. Like I had to learn how to letter really fast so that I could letter it. Yep, that's our issue 1, right there for that one.
Well, this is number 8. This is
Yeah.
the return, right?
Yeah,
Bringing it back, and that's your cover right there.
yeah.
And you have a variant for that issue too, though, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, we have a wraparound variant. That is the interior artist, Landon did that cover, did the variants.
Yeah, because there's a wraparound cover. I don't know if I have it here, but we can try to see. Yeah, no, I guess it's not updated. But yeah, that's awesome, man. That wraparound cover that I saw that you posted was beautiful.
Yeah, it came out so good, and I was really worried because I spent a lot of time on it. I don't usually color my own covers, but this is the one that I colored my own cover. And I know it's in grayscale, but I didn't do it in grayscale. I actually colored it in color and then converted it to grayscale so that the ribbon and the other parts would maintain the color. And then my writer said, "Hey, let's do a different cover." And I thought, "Oh no, now they're not going to use this that I spent all this time on." But we still used it as this variant, and like we were just at Terrificon last weekend, and we sold a bunch of them. So I'm hoping that we can keep. We only have a limited supply of them. Some of them I'm going to keep for myself, but yeah, we sold a couple of them.
Now, did you do the cover for the number 9 that's coming out too?
Yeah, I did all the cover A's. Yeah.
Okay,
Yep, that's mine.
That's cover A there, dude. That has such strong like shinobi vibes from back in the day.
Yeah, that's
awesome.
Yeah, my writer, he's the creator. He's the one that comes up with some of the concepts. Every now and then he'll be like, just do something. He's a really hard guy to impress because he's a collector. He's a big art collector. He's seen it all. He owns a comic book store. He's got art all over the wall. So there's 2 people that are really hard to impress: my wife and Neil, the writer. If they say something looks good, then I really think it looks good because anytime I'm like pleased with something and I show them, they're like, then I'm like, that's not quite good enough, But if they say it looks good, then I really think that it looks good.
Nice. Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it for sure. So did your trip around Japan actually help you in the book any?
It really did. It really did. Like there's
Nice.
so many things that I've seen that like you don't just get from like a Google image search. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of stuff. Like, I took a lot of pictures and just the structures and the buildings and things like that really helped in the landscape. And like, just the culture, the samurai culture that we were able to like kind of see the history of and stuff like that. And like, it really makes me excited to like get back into doing the interiors. So, I'm kind of looking forward to that.
A nerd from Brooklyn says David Mack's cover was great.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, that is awesome, man. That is awesome. Yeah, we're digging it all. What else you working on?
Uh, right now, I mean, it is like a lot of cover stuff. Like there are a lot of like little indie things. Like I did a couple cover trades with some guys for my oops art book. I got to work on those. I'm doing a variant for Bill McKay's Kim book.
Oh,
It will be a Baltimore Comic Con exclusive, and that's not till October. A couple other things for Baltimore I kind of got to work on. And October, I mean, September's my busy month. September, October's my busy month. All this stuff comes out around Halloween time, and then November, everything just dies off. Like November and
yeah.
December, I don't have much of anything.
Very cool. Very cool. And I've heard that you might be working on a cover for Moonblade too.
Yeah, yeah. I want to do one for you. I want to do one for Rick. Like
Of Moonblade for Rick. Make sure you do it of Moonblade for Rick. He'll like that.
Yeah, I love working with you guys. Like you're so easygoing, and it's and you guys like do a really good job of promoting your product. Like I don't know if anyone's
We're
ever told
trying.
you that before. I don't know if you've heard that from an artist or from anybody. You guys do a really good job of promoting your products.
Well,
Like
thank you.
for
We do a
real.
lot of talking.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, so let me do my exclusive review then.
Hold on, Gus has got a question there. SNK hardcover. Is it going to happen?
A hardcover. We pitched that idea to our publisher at Terrificon, and we're probably gonna have to work something out to do an issue 1 through 7 hardcover, or an issue 1 through 11 hardcover. But that's out of my pay grade. We'll have to wait and see what those guys say.
Yeah, man, hardcovers are beautiful. There's no doubt about that.
They're just so expensive to print. That's the only thing, is like ridiculous to print.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Like these metal books.
Yeah, yeah.
But they're gorgeous, man, and they they can be used as a weapon. All right, Rick, I've cut you off enough. I'm sorry, man. Go ahead.
So throw up that image.
All right.
Gus has been waiting for this.
Yeah.
Anybody ever do you recognize that at all?
Do I recognize it? Oh yeah, I recognize it.
Who do you think the artist is? So this is the cover of Oz, Nightmare and Emerald, #1. They'll probably be going up Kickstarter very, very soon. This is the first cover that I had Gus do for me. What makes this cover so cool, besides a really sexy Dorothy, by the way, and everybody always says, how old is she in this issue? I'm like, well, Gus apparently made her about 24, 25 and very healthy. But if you look in the background, throw it up. What I like that Gus did in this image is the way he did the line in the background, the Tin Man and the Scarecrow. And for those that don't know, my story has those as the bad guys.
Yeah.
So they play pivotal roles, but totally differently. So this is actually a truly awesome cover. Check out the axe in her hand.
Who's she going to go cut?
I can't tell
I don't know. That's up to Rick.
She's going to go cut somebody.
Well, let's just say there is no more B-Rad. But
what's in that basket?
Once again, can't tell you. Did you never see the movie Eight Heads in a Duffel Bag? So
yeah, it's in a basket.
But anyway, so this is the first time I've actually shown this cover, with the exception of, and I told Gus at the last Heroes Con, I was like, Gus, come by, you'll recognize your cover, because I thought I'd brought the banner that had that on it, and I did not. Gus was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't see my stuff over there. And I'm like, I was totally embarrassed. It's like, what?
Yeah.
You don't recognize your own stuff? And it was in Hook Lee's. The seat that I had, I didn't have the Dorothy one. So
yeah, I think that honestly, to me, that cover looks great. Like that background, that green really makes the front image pop. And I just remember that Yellow Brick Road took so much freaking time to ink. Like all the other stuff was done so fast, but that road took forever to ink. And that's what I remember from doing that.
Well, that's going up on Kickstarter very, very, very soon.
Good.
And so if anybody's interested, make sure you're definitely on sign up for email blasts and stuff like that on Resolute Bliss, and you'll get notified when Gus's cover goes up there, which, like I said, I'm actually working on the Kickstarter now. I'm trying to decide which one I'm going to make go live because we are limited. I just wanted to try to get Brides and Paradox fulfilled before I got into another Kickstarter, but that one's going up. Pretty excited about that series. I think it's going to be a great series, and like I said, Gus's cover right there is going to be a beautiful piece to it.
Is that the one that has a couple pages of interiors that I did also?
No, a couple pages of interiors you did was in the
Tour book.
Tour book.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the origin of the Tin Man. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's also very, very nice artwork.
I guess I need to give you a couple of those. Did I not?
I think so.
Okay.
I'll have to check my. I have a box that I take from show to show, and usually if I get a comic, it just goes in there. I'll have to check.
I meant to, so if I didn't, you need to let me know. But that was my intent. So
okay.
Yeah, that artwork, I remember flipping through there and getting caught off guard by it. I didn't realize you had done interiors for him. So
yeah,
it was really nice, really nice. So is that the announcement, Rick? Is Oz the next Kickstarter? Because I'm about to throw 42 teeth up. I'm tired of waiting on you.
It's probably going to be Oz. I'm almost done with that Kickstarter, but it'll probably be Oz. So,
all right. Well, that's I mean, it's getting close to Halloween, so yeah, that would be great for Halloween.
Yeah.
Well, that was the whole thing about the Gasp thing and coming out and timing on that. That is a totally done issue, and it looks really cool. Oh, which reminds me, we do have for anybody that cares, we do have an independent comic coalition meeting next Saturday. I just set that up literally yesterday at 2:00 at Nirvana Comics. And that's where we're trying to bring in a lot of these people and get stuff out. So that's actually next Saturday at 2. And that's where we bring, if you have done anything independent wise, comic book creator, whatever, you're more than welcome invited to the meeting. We're going to talk about a couple things. Joe Gadd found out some things. He actually sent me a message the other day. That's why we set this up. And then talk a little bit about Gasp. And I just got to figure out how the schedules roll is what I got to figure out. So
yeah, Gus. So when are you coming to Knoxville?
Tomorrow?
Oh man, I'd love to. For real, I would love to. If there's ever anything going on down there, let me know. I'd be down for that.
We have a signing set up for you in 3 weeks.
Yeah, 3 weeks. Let me make sure I can.
Wait, when did you say your slow time was?
Slow time is November through December.
You think we can get them in November?
If you can line something up late November, December, I'm there.
Like for Thanksgiving, late November.
I think I have one weekend off in September. It's too close.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
My October is filled, but my November is slow.
Gus will get over here to Knoxville and we won't see him. He'll be up in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg at Dollywood.
I've never been there. That'll be really fun. And you know what? Me being in West Virginia now is a closer drive than when I was in PA. So,
yeah. I like West Virginia because I used to drive through it, and man, it's always a pretty drive to go through West Virginia.
Yeah, I can't complain. I haven't
working on your dates right now, Gus.
Yeah, man, that'd be exciting. That will be exciting. All right, what else you got, Rick? We got Oz coming on Kickstarter. You got to roll with it.
Got Paradox 2 I got to get thrown up there, and then have a whole self-contained issue of Gasp. And actually, Gasp number 2, good news about that, Sketch Ellis has almost finished the interior, or has been working on the interiors, sent them over to me the other day. And honestly, I don't think he thought they were good. He's like, I know you're not going to be happy. They're awesome. So Gasp number 2 is rocking and rolling. We also have a backup story of Brides in Gasp number 2, which is really awesome. So Gasp 2 is actually is filled up and is going to be done faster than I was ready for it to be done. So we got some cool Gasp hats coming out. Have I shown you these?
I know I saw the pin. We did the pin 2 weeks ago. I don't know if we did the hat.
Yeah, I'll show you the hats really fast. I'm pretty happy with those. I'm such a geek about this stuff right now. It's not even funny, but having fun, enjoying it. Here you go. Go ahead and throw that up. These are in the mail and will be to us very shortly.
Nice.
Well, say gasp. That's true.
And of course, Don Simpson did the logo on that, which is really cool. And then when I was talking to him at Heroes Con, he was all mad. He's like, somebody screwed my logo up. That is not how I did it. And I'm going to blame Rick Veach on that one, by the way, or Stephen Bissett, because it was not me. I don't think that touched it. But I still think it looks really cool. And it's cool that had a logo by Don Simpson. So
Yeah, that's exciting.
Is that the what the trade dress looks like on the book?
that is the trade dress here. You want to see a book?
Yeah.
We'll continue to do reveals tonight. How about that? Give me 1 second. Here is the book. That's not coming over either. I don't know why some of these are not coming. Try this one. I don't know. Well, I'm lying. I'm not going to show you the trade dress at all.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, if you can see it way back there, right there it is. You see that just
Here.
fine, don't you, Gus?
Talk for 1 second. I know how to get a trade dress on you.
Gus, where can people find you at on social medias and websites? Tell me.
You know what? It's funny you mention that. I'm trying right now to get a website built, to get a new website built. I had one years ago. It broke. It was broken. It was not really what I wanted. So I'm trying right now to figure out what the best source for me is to do a good website, if it's Wix or Shopify or whatever.
Right.
Because other than that, it's just Facebook and Instagram,
Nice.
And sometimes there's people that aren't really ever on Facebook, or sometimes there's people that don't like to do Instagram anymore. And I don't really want to draw on TikTok. It's not a way for me to conduct business,
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I got to get this website up and moving.
You're Gus Mauk on both those, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what I was thinking. I was trying to remember, but yeah.
Was he the artist formerly known as something else?
We haven't. Well, a lot of people are like Gus Mauk Art or the artist Gus Mauk, because they couldn't get their handle.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I was talking about there. But yeah, no, we haven't done the TikTok either. I just say we're too old for it. So you never know if it's going to.
And we're guys. All right, throw my gasp up there.
All right, it's up there. This is that creepy shit that was in my house.
That's not the one that was in your house.
Oh, it wasn't?
No, the one that was in your house was by Scott.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not by Scott. That's Leslie.
Oh, this is the first one, isn't it?
Yeah, this is number one.
That's great.
Yeah.
That is great.
I love it.
So that book. Is it like an anthology? Is it several different stories in one book?
So here's the intent of Gasp, and I'll go back to the history to remind you of Gasp, because I'd love for you to do something in it. Mm-hmm. And actually, number one has the whole history and story about this as well. So, I don't know, 25 years ago, myself and Drew Hayes were sitting around in a hotel in Atlanta, Georgia, and we were and Drew Hayes is known from Poison Owl's I, Lucifer fame. And I was saying, I really like to do anthologies that like they used to do, the Tales of the Crypt and stuff like that.
Creep shows and things like that.
But the problem is when you're small-time independent publishers, first of all, getting anybody to submit stuff to you is almost impossible. They want to go to EC, DC, Marvel, something like that. That was the first thing. Second thing is, and let's be honest, Gus, working with artists, creators, and writers are the hardest group of people to work with. They all make you promises. Half of them follow through. The other half, you don't know what happens to them. And it happened to us in Gasp number one. Gasp number one, I'll throw up, I'll see if I can find an image of it in a second, just to remind everybody. But so we did Gasp. We decided we'll pull one together. We'll make this work. John Tolbleton did the cover for Gasp number one of the greatest artists of all time. The guy's a genius. He donated it to us, didn't charge us anything for it. And the whole goal was 16 creators were coming together doing 4 original edgy stories.
Yeah.
Well, once again, definitions seem to fall on deaf ears sometimes.
Yeah.
Some of the guys didn't do original stories. They put stories that they're already done. Some of them didn't put edgier stories. They put kind of goofy, funny stories. Don Simpson and I were talking about that a couple weeks ago at Heroes Con. He's like, yeah, he's like, I put a character in there that I've never used before. And he's like, and now you showed me this book. This reminds me, I want to go back and use it. That was the whole goal, to get your character seen so that people might say, hey, I'd like to see that again somewhere. And you roll it out.
Yeah.
And having some big names in there like Rick Veitch and Stephen Bissett, John Tolbolton, things like that, was to get people to buy it. And we sold 40,000 of them, which was an awesome feat at that time.
Yeah.
What happened, though, that was negative, and I won't mention names, but if you read the inside of my cover really closely, you can figure this out. We had one guy that was so offended with the Gasp cover. He said that I can't. He's like, I'm not going to put my stuff in that. I mean, when I say offended, he just refused. Well, the problem is, and I think that was still true in the days of Diamond, if you solicit something and you say Gus Mauk is going to be in it, and if Gus Mauk is not in it, it gives retailers the right to return it. So that's the first issue. The second issue is, if you're a day late, retailers can buy it, and once again, they can return it. Okay? So throw that up there. And right here is the original issue of Gasp #1. This was done by John Tolbolton. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cover. It fit the Gasp thought process extremely well, with the guy smoking a cigarette with a trach tube going, Gasp. Of course, Don Simpson did the logo, which made that really cool. But we had a artist. He was offended by that cover, said it was the most offensive cover he's ever seen. And even though we solicited him, he said he's not going to do it unless we gave certain concessions. We gave the artist some concessions, so we were hoping we wouldn't be late. We were late. 8,000 got returned to us. That amounted to about $16,000 debt that myself and Dark Visions had to pay. But that was our original cover. And like I said, he was just unbelievably offended. He said it was the most offensive cover he ever saw. And we gave him our concessions. And I've always been kind of angry about it, so we let Gasp kind of die. So the new Gasp, to go back to your original question, is the intent is going to have 3 to 4 stories in it. The deal we make with everybody has to be an original story. Can't print it somewhere else or print it somewhere else later on. We own the publishing rights to it. Any IP in it, if it's your character, if something happens, it's your character. We don't control any of that. We don't do anything with that. That's all on you. So it's you 100%. What we're trying to do is get some big name artists, and I think that Jay Lee has just agreed to do cover #3 for me. If he can meet my deadlines, that's the goal. But Jay will be doing. So the key is to start throwing somebody big on the covers. Get the cover like John Tolbolton did this cover. Get a truly unknown that hardly has ever been published in the back, doing a short story. Getting somebody else, a writer or an artist or both, doing a good middle story, and finding a way of doing like a feature story with whoever and stuff like that. But just trying to mess around with it, have a little fun. Gasp initially stood for a giant anthology of small publishers. I'm going to probably drop that moniker, but we are using it kind of for our independent comic book coalition. It's just such an iconic image when you see it. So each cover is going to have, I'm never going to let more than one person be on the cover. That's kind of my goal. And I'm going to keep them big and in your face. That's kind of the artist direction that they get. It's got to be scary. The stories have got to be original, and it's all to have a little fun. We will actually pay some people to do the stories, but if it was to get big or something like that, or sell more copies, I actually told people we would do a revenue sharing. We'd actually give them kickbacks on it, or not kickbacks, that sounds illegal, but do a profit sharing thing with them. So it's more about trying to bring smaller guys together, give them a bigger stage, and let them get seen. Plus, if you do this the right way, you can have 6 to 8 different creators in this book at any one time. You've got 6 or 8 different creators that are beating your drum. So that was our
you have all 6 or 8 of those guys pitching that one book, and it's just a much easier way for it to spread.
And see, independent guys will do that. If you get some of the big guys, they don't necessarily care because they're pushing their own stuff as it is. And Jim Lee doesn't need to be in this, for example. Jim's got everything in the world he needs to do.
Mm-hmm.
But like the middle guys, that's where this really falls. And hopefully, we go to enough shows and we talk about it more, things like that. I just see it. Hopefully, we'll have the same success that we had the first time around.
Hopefully, that's the goal. Yeah, that's the goal for sure. All right, Gus, what else do you want to tell us? Anything you want to share with the world?
We could talk a little bit about Terrificon. I know you guys weren't there, but I tried to pitch that show to you.
Yeah,
a little bit. It's definitely it's not quite a Heroes clone, but it's close. It's a comic show. Definitely a comic show. There's some nice A-list celebrities there. Haley Atwell was there. Some other like big names were there, but it was definitely
Gus Mauk was there. That's a big one.
Mauk was there for sure. Yeah, there was it's definitely a comics and a collector's environment. Yeah.
Nice.
Where was Terrificon again?
It was Connecticut, up in Connecticut. Yeah.
Yes, Brad and I did talk about that. He brought that up a couple times.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I definitely recommend it to you guys. I think you guys would do well there. It's fun.
So did you drive or fly?
I drove. Yeah.
You drove it. Okay.
Yep.
That's serious.
Less than 12 hours, I'm probably driving.
Okay. I agree with that, by the way.
I got a lot of stuff to haul, and it's just like I don't want to have to like not take certain things along if I fly. You know what I mean?
That's probably that's 15 or 16 for us.
Yeah.
So that's a haul.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a drive. Yeah, that's cool. So I know you do a lot of cons. So what's the next one? What's the next one you're going to be at?
I'm off this weekend. Well, not off. I mean, I'm working here, but next weekend I have 4-State Harrisburg PopCon in Harrisburg, PA. It's pretty fun. It's a smaller show, but those guys put on a good show.
Nice.
And then the week after that, I have a couple fine arts festivals because I do like those too. Like a couple not comic related, but like fine art shows.
Yeah.
And then Baltimore's the next big one.
Yeah.
We should be at Baltimore.
Baltimore's the next big one. Unfortunately for Baltimore, it is the weekend after New York, which I don't know why they do that. It used to be the last weekend of September, or it was the last weekend of October, and now it's the weekend after New York. And I don't know how that's going to look for, people trying to make sales or people trying to spend money. If you can kind of only do one or the other, I feel, but so we'll just have to see how it goes.
Yeah. That's right. They're back to back because I think Tucci's going to be at both of them, and I'm like, you're a soldier, dude. You're a soldier.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you're ending one and loading right back up for the next one.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. Yeah. Very cool. Baltimore Comic Con. Why aren't you there, Rick? Why aren't you there? You need to be there.
Okay, you have to get into Baltimore Con 6 months ago. I remember us having this conversation saying we've got to go ahead and get in there now. So don't say why am I not there?
Yeah, why aren't
you guys? You guys should really do that show. It's a comic show. They don't have any there's no wrestlers or celebrities. It's really big. It's a really big show, and it is definitely like comic book. It's like comic book, very indie friendly. I honestly I wouldn't pitch it to you guys if I didn't think that you would do well.
We're definitely shooting for next year. Yeah,
I really think you guys would do good. I know they're still taking tables because yesterday I bought my second. I already had one table and I bought my second table, and he said, "Yeah, we're still taking tables." So nice. I mean,
all right, you want to go, Brad?
No, you need to go.
No,
you got to go. I barely have one book to sell. But next year, if you quit holding me up on these Kickstarters, I'll be ready to roll.
That's not me, man. That's not me.
You should have one live right now in preview mode, at least. All right. Excuse me. Gus, people can find you on Facebook, Instagram, Gus Mauk, MAUK. Thank you so much
thank
for coming on. I'm looking
show a picture there.
Oh, we got a picture there?
That's where we made the wall.
We made the wall. All right.
Good looking one.
All right. We're there live. Thank you, Nirvana Comics. That is very appreciated. But yeah. All right, Gus, thank you so much for coming on. I'm looking forward to the cover for Moonblade 2. That will be
Yeah.
very exciting. And the way Rick's holding us up, you got plenty of time. So,
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. And nice talking to you guys. I always
yeah.
like talking to you guys.
Gus, always great talking to you, man.
Yep.
Good
yep.
luck. Good luck at BWI and your other cons. And if anybody listening is there, I hope they check you out for sure. All right, Gus, have a great evening, and thank you for coming on.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, Rick, we're wrapping up another episode. We're going to be back next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to do it again. Yeah.
Okay.
So glad Gus is on, man. Great guy. Love his
Gus
stuff.
is a great guy. Yeah, I love Gus.
Love his stuff. All right, my friend. Everybody out there, wishing you all the best luck. Hope to see you all next week. Rick, got anything before we close it out?
That's it.
All right, guys. We will see you all next week. And maybe if I can remember how to end. There we go.